Well, Shane, I think we're trending in the right direction. I saw you up front again in the starts, and tell me, walk me through it, man. How's it going?
Yeah, we're starting to really connect the dots. Today was my best race day overall. Qualifying was a lot better. Just really closing the gap and starting to get some good intensity, starting to pick up some speed, and little bits go a long way at this level, and that's what we're trying to put all the pieces together and really continue to close the gap. But we're not trying to take as big of steps as we were. So we're going to continue working. My starts are good. I'm still riding at about like 85 to 90% intensity and speed that I feel like I should be able to. So we're going to keep working. We're going to keep making changes and keep getting those starts.
When I see you in the front up there, your intensity does look like you're bringing it up right there. So do you really attribute it to getting that star, or just being in that front area just kind of changes the mindset?
Yeah, no, that definitely helps. But it's like that's where, even in that situation, it's like I don't feel like I'm doing things as well as I could, or as well as I have in the past. And that's where it's like trying to get the bike, my body, like my mind, everything working together. And it's getting closer, but it's not there yet. And that's what we're trying to put all those pieces together, because I believe I can be competitive and beat some of those guys, and that's my goal.
I think I've seen, it looks like you're taking more of the risk too, like that wall jump, right? I don't think a lot of people would hit it unless there was people hitting it.
Yeah.
It kind of seemed one of those jumps, some guy hitting it, and the next person and the next person. Maybe you're not really the guy that usually does that, I feel, in the past, but I've seen it today.
Yeah. No, for sure. When I'm not comfortable, or when I don't feel like I can let it hang out a little bit, I'll just stay in my lane, and that's where I've been a lot of the season so far, and that's what I've been trying to get out of, because I don't want to form those bad habits, and because I shouldn't be doing those things, and I should be jumping the wall jumps, and I should be doing the normal rhythms, and there's times where I'm not doing that. So I gotta keep doing that, and today was a good step. Just if it was comfortable being in front for the heat race, and that's where it's Kenny is really fast and has really high intensity, and then he went on to win the main event. But I feel like when I'm at my peak, I should be a little bit closer to Kenny. So even my fast times in the heat, it was only the fifth fastest lap or something, but the start really helps out with that. So we still need a little bit more.
Well, man, you look great out there, and I'm excited to see you continue to keep this trend going at the next one.
Solid, thanks.
All right, Carson, we talked yesterday a little bit about it.
Yeah.
You kind of had a goal today, and that was, to make it through, stay smart, get in the mix, get in the battles, and I feel like that's what I saw tonight.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I'm trying to remember the heat race. I think I got a fourth place start, something like that, and I rode with the guys. Forkner put a really good pass on me, and it was an aggressive pass, but it was good. But it almost just kind of caught me by surprise, because it was early in the moto. And after that happened, I was like, oh, maybe just settle in, And so I settled in, and I ended up getting fifth in the heat race. Nothing to celebrate about, but I wasn't really stressing it. I was like, okay, I rode maybe 80% of myself in the heat race just to get through it. And like I said, Forkner was smart, and he made a good aggressive pass on me early, but it just kind of it threw me off my rhythm a little bit. So the track was so gnarly, I basically had to talk myself into wanting to race the main, because I was sitting here watching TV, and after the heat race, I was like, dude, I do not want to go triple through these rhythm sections and these ruts. And I basically had to bang on my head and bang on my chest and go in a corner and be like, dude, you want this, you really want this. And even up on the gate, if anyone has videos of me up on the gate, I probably look like a freaking nut job, because I'm pacing and I'm going into corners, and I'm shadow boxing, I'm beating on my chest, and I'm just telling myself, you want this, you really want this, you need to be aggressive the whole time. You got to be aggressive the whole time. You have to fight for it. And man, I did a really good job at that. I got a good start. I went off the track. I went off the track in like 4th place and got back on in 12th place. And AMA is still docking me 4 spots, so that's sick. But yeah, I made some aggressive passes that were on the risky side, which is good because I think in weeks past I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have been comfortable enough to do that, and I was comfortable enough to where I was like, I'm gonna send it through and pass this guy right now. And I got into 6th, and then they red flagged it. Took a nice breather, and I nailed a rhythm section, and Bennick messed up, so I passed him, and I put a little bit of time on him, so I was riding good in 5th. And then, man, Volan put on the turbocharge, and I made a mistake. I didn't go triple. I went like triple case, double single, and he blew by me, and I didn't really have anything for him, man. He was riding really good tonight, and then Anstey was coming through the pack. He's the guy that went down on the start. He was in 2nd or 3rd, and that's who I got tangled with and went off the track. So he ended up getting around me and ended up getting 7th place, but it was a good 7th place. Even when Anstey passed me, I made it a point for the last 3 laps of the race to stay on him, and I think I only finished like a 2.5 seconds off of him, which is like 15 bike lengths. So good. I'm bummed because the difference between 7th and 11th is a couple $1,000s for me, and that's what I use to put food in my mouth, and it's what I use to pay for my dogs to eat and my trailer payment. I live in a trailer at MTF. I live a tiny lifestyle. I spend like $100 a week on groceries, and it's all budgeted and everything. So I definitely use the money that I earn here, and it sucks to have had a successful night, getting 7th, rode my absolute butt off, and I'm gonna make like $2,000. It's like it doesn't even pay for the flights to get here or for the next round. So it's a bummer. I wish I have it all on video, and I mean I lost 10 spots. I wish AMA maybe could see that, but I think every single rider in this sport has dealt with AMA about 100 million times, and I don't think anyone really loves them. So this definitely isn't helping their case because I'm pretty bummed about it. But yeah, I think most fans saw me get 7th tonight. Most people that watched on TV saw me get 7th tonight, and they're seeing that Carson Mumford that I talked to you about yesterday that started off with a 10th, got an 8th in Detroit, and then a 7th tonight, and it's exactly what my goal was to just keep building and getting better, and like you said, putting myself up front is great. And in weeks past, I've maybe gone from 1st to 8th or 9th, and this week it was like I was in the race, so that was good. And I didn't. I'm gonna debrief and look at my lap times, but I don't think my lap times really got that much worse from the start of the race to the end of the race, which is an amazing improvement for me. My team really wanted me to work on my fitness this last couple weeks, and man, I've been working my butt off. So I'm happy that that's kind of paying off, and I'm happy that I gave myself a nice pep talk before the race and got myself fired up, because sometimes you need to do that. So good I was able to pull through and be in it tonight.
Well, man, yeah, I think you're doing great.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we all want the sport to get better so the riders can be better supported. I think that's important.
It's tough.
It is tough. It's tough for not even the riders, even the industry. It's really hard on a lot of people these days. But aside from that, we're moving on away from the speedway. Just a one-time thing right here. Are you looking forward to getting back to the tighter track?
Yeah, I think so. I think my bike works really good on the tighter stuff. It worked really good here, but I prefer a little bit of a taller rear end. I run about 100 millimeters of sag in my rear end, and that helps me turn really good. It seems like I run a little bit of a stiffer shock as well, so again, it puts more weight on the front end. I can really turn well, and I can get in those tight turns and still make a jump out of it, so that's good. Here, I think I ran like 103 sag, so a little bit lower in the rear, a little bit better for going in straight lines because the rhythms were really long. But I didn't really want to veer away from being kind of stiff in the rear end because the track was soft, and sometimes you had to really seat bounce something, and I didn't want to risk seat bouncing it, the shock being soft. I do a little endo. So I think the bike was great tonight, but the way I kind of have set it up, I think it should work really good on a tighter track. So like you said, I'm looking forward to getting away from the speedway. It's a one-time thing, and I'll deal with it again in Super Motocross.
All right, man. Well, cool. Have a good night, and we'll see you at the next one. Keep going and keep trending in that right direction.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you guys for supporting me, and thanks for watching Transworld Motocross.
Hell yeah. Thanks, man. Good night, my guy.
Start out with the day. Day actually wasn't too bad. I felt pretty good. I had some really good riding times. It wasn't as good as where it should have been, but it is what it is. And then heat race was awesome. I think that was one of the coolest moments for me of the night. Winning a heat race, having my brother, be in the booth, that's obviously a special moment from not only for myself but the whole Stewart family and even the Husqvarna group. I think that's cool, right? Great press. And then in the main event, we rode really good, just a little off, but it was a solid P6. I mean, everybody was riding really good. Daytona, it's a real tough track. I feel like it's like one of those tracks, if you're not gelling with the track, it can make life pretty miserable. But I think the overall of tonight, I think the hardest thing was getting the rhythms down every lap, and that's the tough part about it, and that's Daytona for you. But other than that, we're taking nothing but positives from this and keep moving forward and get ready for Indy.
Yeah, I was gonna say the track deteriorating today. I think everyone had that same problem with it. I remember in the press conference, the top 3 guys were saying that was the hardest part. No one was able to put together a full lap, it seemed like.
Yeah, I mean, just trying to put together a full lap was tough enough, but I mean, again, everybody has to do it. So at the end of the day, again, like Daytona's always been somewhat of a struggle for me. So the fact that I felt like really, really good, positive. Yeah, it wasn't I didn't win or anything like that, but I rode really well. So I think it was a great rebound from last weekend, and we're gonna take what we got and go from there.
And in the crowd, man, they were so loud in the heat race. I was like, is this the main event? What's going on? They were going crazy.
It's, again, as I said before, it's always cool to win a heat race when you got your brother in the booth. So
yeah, awesome, man. Well, have a good night, and we'll see you at the next one.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, man, I know you need to get out here and celebrate and take it in. And speaking of which, now that the night's kind of gone by a little bit further and we're here now, does it feel different? Are you kind of looking back now and go, okay, I did this?
I mean, yeah, man, it's just any win right now is special. Supercross is hard, man. We're out here giving it all we got, red flags and restarts and whatever else. But yeah, I just felt good all day today.
Yeah, I know this race is really special to you, and you also said on the podium that this is one of the only Supercross races that you really went to as a kid, right?
Yep, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was the only one I ever went to until I was racing them. So yeah, this is kind of like I was born in Tampa, but I live in Claremont now. But this was always the closest kind of Supercross to me. So yeah, this was the only one that we really ever got to go to.
And then this track, the deterioration, the rhythms. I kind of heard you guys talk about it in press. It was just hard for everyone, for all of you guys, even you winning, to put a full, clean lap together, right? It was difficult.
Yeah, definitely. It was a tough track. Like I said, you were going to have mistakes. It was just limiting them and hitting your marks, and that's what I did that main event. Stuck to my rhythms, and overall, man, just awesome day.
And then are you looking forward to getting back to some tighter racing next weekend?
Yeah.
Speedway?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Indy. I'm pretty sure I got my first ever podium there. East-West Showdown, it'll be important to get a good finish there.
Awesome, man. Well, congrats again, and hey, enjoy your night.
Thank you.